Burger and Soul Food located at 634 Burnham in Calumet City, Illinois. Our phone number is 708-801-9980. And for those who's trying to find us, you can check our food truck or follow us on Twitter. Just go to our website, loveagoodburger.com. Again, that is loveagoodburger.com.
Now, you know that's not fair, sneaking up on a man when he's eating a Tiffany juicy burger. Seeing that you're here, let me just fill you in. When a man get to hold a burger like this in his hand, this is like heaven.
A few moments later.
Congratulations, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Tiffany Henyard was sworn in as Dalton's first female mayor. At 37, she's also Dalton's youngest.
Well, we're moving on up to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up to the side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
Okay, so we're back in Dalton, Illinois, talking about the worst mayor in America, Tiffany Henyard. Okay, people, last time I left you guys, we were watching the Dalton, Illinois board meeting when this happened.
And as an advocate about what you did, was it consensual, was it not? Did you that woman? Did you put something in her drink? And you're going to answer, and you're going to answer me. I promise you that.
South Suburban Dalton.
You out of order. You out of order. Hey.
At Monday night's village board meeting, activist Jedediah Brown tries to confront trustee Andrew Holmes about assault allegations. Brown rushes over to Holmes, then is quickly stopped by police. Trustee Jason House steps in, holding trustee Holmes back. Then, more scuffles with police, as it appears that Brown is trying to approach Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Police then push Brown to the back, where he's taken into custody, then arrested.
So as you see, that turned into a clown show. Okay, so if you're scratching your head and be like, who is Tiffany Henyard? So let me introduce you to Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
I know y'all know this by now, so just sing along with me, okay? Let's do it. I woke up this morning, got up out of my bed. I looked around, this is what I said. Thank you, Lord.
Now, if you don't know who Tiffany A. Henyard is, you haven't been keeping up with the news. Tiffany Henyard is the first woman mayor of Dalton, Illinois.
History is going to be made today in South Suburban Dalton. Tiffany Henyard will be sworn in as the village's first woman mayor. Henyard won 82% of the vote.
Check out these headlines. Democratic mayor accused of antics so wild she deserves her own TV show, Real Life Parks and Recreation. Here is the Sun. Royal appointment. Democratic mayor Tiffany A. Henyard living like a royal on a $300K salary in working class town, but claims God chose me. Here's the New York Post. Meet Democratic Mayor, Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henyard, who critics say deserves her own TV show for brazen antics and wild spending. This is from England. First female mayor of tiny Illinois village who hired a child gang blankets is slammed for living like royal after demanding $300K salary, using taxpayer money for billboards, hair and makeup, and passing law so next mayor will earn just $25,000.
An Illinois mayor is getting national attention for the way that she's spending taxpayer dollars. Now, critics say you can't turn your head in the Chicago suburb of Dalton without seeing the name of Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She's also the supervisor of a neighboring township and refers to herself as Super Mayor. It's her TikTok handle, too. But she's now accused of spending tens of thousands of taxpayer funds on self-promoting billboards, as well as putting her name on government buildings, government vehicles, even government rugs. Not to mention the Tiffany Henyard calendar, which includes the Super Mayor's birthday, because you can't forget that. She could pay for all of this herself, given that her salary for the two jobs is nearly $300,000. More than the state's governor, by the way. But it's all on the taxpayer's dime. And this goes beyond signage and merch. Henyard put an ordinance in place that if she lost a future mayoral election, the next mayor's salary would be dropped from $200,000 to $25,000. But if she wins, it stays the same.
So now that you're caught up on who Tiffany Henyard is and some of the antics, because if this video was just about the allegations, it would be about 2 hours long. This is an FBI investigation. There's a lot going on. Okay, before we continue into this deep dive into corruption surrounding Tiffany A. Henyard, I want to talk to you about something that can generally empower you in these uncertain times. Have you ever heard of NMN? It's not just a supplement, but it's a game changer. A recent Harvard study showed that this supplement can help reduce weight, cholesterol, and blood pressure in overweight adults. Now, some are calling this the limitless pill, kind of like the fountain of youth in a bottle. But here's the kicker. The FDA is trying to keep it from us. They want to classify NMN as a drug, allowing the pharmaceutical companies to control it. This move isn't about safety or efficacy, it's about market control. Now, even lawmakers in Congress pushed the FDA to hold public hearings on this supplement, and they refused. Now, we all understand that the elites know that a healthy and strong population is harder to control and dominate. Now, in times like these, with corruption and political unrest, such as we're seeing with Tiffany A. Henyard, we need to take control of our health. We need to be vigilant, prepared, and most important, proactive. Arm yourself with the knowledge and stock up on NMN now. Now, the Patriots at Black Forest Supplements have a great deal for you. They've agreed to offer my followers a special 2-for-1 deal. You buy 2, you get 1 free if you buy it within the next 48 hours. This stuff isn't cheap, so this is a great opportunity to stock up. Now, it looks like we're headed to the day where this supplement will only be able to be sold by the pharmaceutical companies. So before that happens, click on the link in the description and pick up some for yourself today. Now, with all that being said, let me update you on the new stuff that's going on. See, the firefighters recently had to go to the board meeting because their money was disappearing. See, you know, when you put some money to your 401k or to your retirement fund, that money goes to the bank and they invest that money and that money grows, and then when you retire, you get that money back. Well, the firefighters were looking at the retirement funds, and the village was not depositing their money in their retirement funds, so they confronted the super mayor about it.
This is an NBC5 News exclusive. They put their lives on the line when people need help. But some firefighters in a South suburban community are raising concerns about the money that is supposed to be spent on their retirement and health care benefits.
I pick the amount that I would like with taken out of my check, and then that money is supposed to go to Nationwide. It has not been happening.
He also claims firefighters are having issues with health insurance, which the village pays for. These are some of the documents shared with NBC5 that say premiums have not been received.
Members are getting claims denied, and we did file agreements over that as well.
So just to be clear, these firefighters are saying their money is being stolen from their paychecks. That's what they're saying. Now, the financial situation in Dalton is gotten so bad that the village's bank accounts are being frozen by courts.
And now to an NBC5 exclusive, growing financial troubles in South suburban Dalton. Failure to pay a debt has led to legal action on one of the village's bank accounts.
David Graham is a former Dalton detective.
I was there for 17
years. In 2019, he won a whistleblower lawsuit against the village. After several failed appeals, the village settled and agreed to pay around $220,000 in attorney fees and costs. Attorney Patrick Walsh says the action on the village's bank account taken because it has yet to pay, even after the village board approved payment.
The village agreed in a settlement agreement to pay these fees. The court awarded these fees, and now they're just not paying it.
Now the town has no money, bank accounts being frozen. What does Tiffany Henyard do? Well, she then forces the town to pay for her to go on a media tour so she can tell everybody how great a mayor she is.
After WGN Investigates exposed more than $100,000 spent on first-class travel, meals, and more, this suburban mayor and township supervisor attempted to silence her critics through a series of interviews.
And you have been in the news a lot, so that's why I'm glad that you're up here today to clear up some things.
Yes, I'm here to lay the mess to rest.
We got elected to serve. That's it. We didn't get elected to make sure we like one another.
Credit card records show township taxpayers were charged more than $3,000 by a photographer who said he was paid to take pictures of Henyard on set. They also paid $561 for the photographer's airfare. At the same time, a township credit card was charged $1,100 for 13 Uber rides.
So the firefighters' money's disappeared. The bank accounts are being frozen, and Henyard is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on luxury travel around the country. And this is on top of the city's $7 million budget deficit. And we're not even halfway through this video. Now, with all that madness, the trustees in Thornton Township have had enough. They said, well, we want to put some laws in place to cap spending and to make things more transparent. So they told Tiffany Henyard to put that on the agenda, so they wanted to vote for it. Now, Tiffany Henyard obviously doesn't want any of that, so she refused to put it on the agenda. But what she did do is put her own items on the agenda and wants to force the board members to vote on them. But in Thornton Township, they decided enough was enough and did not help the mayor along. Check it out.
A township board meeting ended a standoff in the south suburbs.
The feud centers around controversial Thornton Township supervisor and Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
I motion that we pay the bills for the general fund. Is there a second? It's been motioned and second. Call the roll.
Trustee Jones?
Nope. Radio silence after Henyard attempts to get general fund bills paid. Here's why. The trustees didn't go along with it. Board members had previously proposed several ordinances to be included on last night's agenda. Those ordinance proposals put limits on elected officials being able to use township merchandise for self-promotion. They put travel guidelines in place for elected officials and also put caps on spending and salaries. Those proposals come after a series of controversial moves by Henyard, who's accused of using public money for personal gain and not being transparent about her spending. So when the trustees showed up to the meeting last night, the agenda included none of those proposals, so they refused to budge on this.
You guys still don't want to move forward with paying any of the bills in the general fund? That is my question.
Is there a day with the previous week that we could pick, that we could set to review the bills?
Trustee, y'all already have the bills. Do you want to pay the bills in the general fund?
What the public needs to know.
They already know. Stop.
They don't even.
Our meeting is on Tuesday.
So that's a no then.
We're here.
That's
We're here.
So
we had time to review it. My question is, are you paying the bills?
To review invoices.
Point of order. Is there a motion on the floor to pay the general fund?
So that motion to pay those bills failed. Henyard adjourned the meeting and walked out.
So things even got worse for Tiffany Henyard because more lawsuits then came down the pipe just this week.
Another new lawsuit filed against embattled Dalton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
This time by a 20-year Thornton Township employee who says he was wrongly fired after refusing to comply with an alleged scheme by Henyard's team. The lawsuit says Henyard and her special assistant, Keith Freeman, pressured Dwayne Thrash to fire a school attorney and replace her with another law firm. Thrash claims he was offered a $10,000 pay increase weeks prior to facilitating this change. After he refused, he says he was fired less than a month later.
So now we have to understand, it's an election year, and Tiffany Henyard wants to get reelected mayor. She needs to get reelected mayor. She has a $300,000 salary on the line. So she wants the taxpayers to pay for banners and stuff to promote her. But no one approved that. So she's essentially funneling taxpayer money to pay for her reelection campaign. Check it out.
New at 4:30, more money troubles in south suburban Dalton. New welcome banners recently went up in that village.
But the company that created them says it has not been paid.
The banners cost about $19,000, but the vendor says they have yet to be paid for them and other items totaling more than $85,000. Mosca Design emailed us a copy of the unpaid bill. It dates back to November 2023. Trustee Tammy Brown says the banners were never approved by the village board. Trustee Jason House in a statement told us it's deeply unfortunate that the administration has chosen to squander funds on self-promotion while our fire department has gone without a contract for 5 years. This blatant disregard is a slap in the face to the hardworking individuals and the creditors burdened by the millions of dollars of debt incurred by the mayor's reckless spending. Our community deserves better.
So this is the update on the Tiffany A. Henyard story. We had so much happen within this last month. It's crazy, and it seems to be getting worse every day. And as you can see from her Shark Tank video, this is the person that they hired to be the mayor.
Hi Sharks, I'm Tiffany Henyard from Chicago, Illinois. I am currently the owner of Tiffany's Good Burger and Soul Food located at 634 Burnham in Calumet City, Illinois. Our phone number is 708-801-9980. And for those trying to find us, you can track our food truck or follow us on Twitter. Just go to our website, loveagoodburger.com. Again, that is loveagoodburger.com. Gotta love them, right? I have invested $75,000 into my business. Tiffany Good Burger and Soul Food means everything to me. It's my heart and soul. I can't see myself doing anything else other than getting people's attention through laughter and good food. My ultimate goal is to have a fleet of food trucks and ride around and get it. And something interesting about me is my ambition. My ambition to strive for my dreams while motivating others and staying focused in the process.
Now, I take a lot of criticism for calling Tiffany Henyard a DEI hire. Now, people say, well, she was elected. How can she be a DEI hire? Well, that's easy. If one person hires you because you are the first black female and not because you're qualified, that would easily be DEI. But now, if a group of people vote to hire you based on those same reasons, that's also a DEI hire. Just because it's a group of people, voters, versus just one person, that doesn't change the outcome. The fact is, Tiffany A. Henyard was hired because she was black, she was a woman, and she was the youngest. That is all she was able to offer. That's why she was hired. And now, unfortunately, that town is suffering because of it. Now, my questions with this case is always, what the hell's taking the FBI so long? Like, really? It seems like all the corruption is there for everyone to see. Now, remember, the first Monday in every month, they have the board meetings, and the last couple of board meetings have been spectacular. So join us the first Monday in the month of August, and we'll be watching Tiffany A. Henyard do her thing again. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.